kid is back. The kid is back. The kid is back. The kid is back. Arrived back from the great land of the fatherland in Nigeria, and a lot has happened. A lot has happened, but obviously I was away for Christmas. It was a break, so I was trying to do some relaxation and had to do some family business. But I did do my best to view the matches that were on Super Sports, and everything, So and even the function that I was at actually were showing some of the games. But look, man, a lot of things to break down. And I didn't even put all of the stuff in the title because there is that whole Zlatan thing, which is something that needs to flip and be addressed. I want to talk about Zlatan to AC Milan and what that means and why he returned back to AC Milan. But I think this has really been a thing about the Premier League. I think the Premier League has really opened up, and possibly because some very key results have happened. So I think, the best place to start has to be with Liverpool, man. Are Liverpool going to go unbeaten? Let's just start there because I said that I think these guys are doping. They've drawn one game and won all the rest, and this team doesn't look like if they're going to lose anytime soon. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Maybe I need to look back and look at the records. The Invincibles, I think, already drew a few more games already at this point in the season. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that by the year's end, the Invincibles had drawn one game and won the rest. So this insane run that Liverpool are on is quite scary. It's quite frightening. So I want to come first to let's bring in Juju man. Let's bring in Juju man. So Juju man, are these guys going to go unbeaten Liverpool?
Yeah. No, they're not because.
Why not?
Look, the league is over.
Lose, bro.
Oh no, because during February, March, April, you get like 2 games a season, and if they're going for both CL and they're in I'm assuming they're going for all the trophies. They'll have to pick games.
Yeah. You're something wrong with your mic. Your mic just went low, bro. Your mic went low.
One moment.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think Juju was trying to fix his mic. Okay, let me come to Tara Complicated while Juju man fixes his mic. So Tara, are Liverpool going to go on unbeaten?
So at first I would have said no, but seeing as his winning run has been going on and on and on and on, it's becoming a bit harder to say that with a definitive no that they'll go unbeaten. But let's not forget that first of all, the league will be over very soon. It's practically already over. And second, Liverpool have a European title to defend. All right, they're going to go all in for the Champions League again. So maybe resting a few key players here and there and losing one match is a definitive possibility, but it'll likely be at the end of the season at the rate we're going.
Okay.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, go.
I don't think they can go undefeated because February, March, April is usually the tough season, and late stages of the season, you have to choose which games to focus on because you'll have weeks where you face, let's say maybe they face Barcelona and they have maybe Chelsea. They'll have to pick which game to focus all their energy on. And I know they have EPL, but I mean you have to choose at that time. So I don't think they'll go unbeaten.
No. But my thing is that I think all their focus is on the EPL because Liverpool fans care about it so much. If they've never won it before, I think they're going to put all of their focus on the Premier League.
But Double H, they have room to make mistakes. Like they don't have to risk everything. If they have a Champions League game in the knockout stage and they have the EPL, they can afford to play the second string team and focus on the Champions League. They have room now, so that's why I don't think they'll go all out. They have room for mistakes.
Okay. Mr. Hoga Bonito, will Liverpool go unbeaten?
It's very possible, actually. If you look at last season, they lost one game, I think, wasn't it? And they still lost the title. And I think it was all the draws that cost them. So Yeah, they only went like with one loss last season. Why can't they go unbeaten this season? And I do agree with your point with the doping. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, look, as I said, I'm not trying to accuse anyone.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I don't know. It just looks sketchy because what they're doing it's actually a compliment that I think that they are doping. So
true, but it does happen. It does happen. Like it happened at Man City. Someone that they hired was found accused of doping, engaging in doping. So I'll send you the link on Twitter, so you can check it out.
Link me up.
Yeah.
Ace, will Liverpool go on unbeaten? Yes or no?
Nah, I don't think they're going to be. And I pretty much agree with what the other guy said. I think towards the end of the season, Liverpool Liverpool put more focus towards the Champions League, so they're gonna have to rest players during the Premier League games. So I think those are the kind of games they might lose. But other than that, I don't see them losing until the end of the season.
All right. BD Core, Liverpool, will they go unbeaten?
No, they won't go unbeaten.
Why not?
But they'll win the league.
Okay.
The reason why.
So wait. So who is going to beat them? Tell me who the hell is going to beat these guys?
I think it's going to be Wolves away. Wolves away. They're going to beat.
No. They've already played Wolves twice, bro.
Oh, they already played Wolves twice.
So basically, the stage of it where they now start playing guys twice. So they've already played Wolves twice.
So who is left to play? Who are they left to play?
So they have to play Man City at the Etihad.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they played. Yeah, they have to play Chelsea at Anfield. Tottenham at
Manchester United as well.
Man United at Anfield.
Yeah. Ooh, boy. I can see them losing to United and Chelsea. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I think United and Chelsea. The reason why I'm saying is Chelsea is the secret ended. Like they have the secret antidote to beating Liverpool. You get what I'm trying to say?
What?
United has this kind of thing about them this season against these big teams. So I think it's gonna be Chelsea and United. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, guys. I know. Like that's what I said. I said Liverpool have only played Wolves once. They've only played Wolves once. I know. So they need to play Wolves at their crib. Which is why I say now that's the game that's they. Oh, sorry. Wait. Are you guys sure? I swear
they have to play Wolves away. That's what I was telling you.
I don't think it makes a difference. They'll beat Wolves either way.
Facts.
Oh, look, man,
Wolves
ain't that bad, bro. Wolves ain't that bad.
Yeah, Wolves ain't that bad. I'm telling you, I think Wolves can beat them away too.
And look, the game today was a pretty close-ish game.
And also
we'll have to talk about VAR. So, Muntaha, will Liverpool go unbeaten?
Bro, to be honest, as per the current situation stands, bro, it's like it's not flipping easy or like, or what do you call it, to even draw Liverpool now. Let's be honest over here. By the end of January or by the first week of February, we don't know how good Liverpool side will be. Yeah, can they keep this momentum, bro? To be honest, especially the only game I can see Liverpool can lose, because it's a battle of pride, over there. It's Etihad away. That's the only thing I can see, because I remember
the way that City are playing, especially if they don't have
they don't have
you'll get that ass. And we're going to talk about the because Zan is going to get that ass the way that City are defending, but carry on.
Yeah, but you have to understand, I believe in 17-18 season when I think so Man City was undefeated and all of a sudden Liverpool beat them, right? 4-1 or 5-1, something like that. 4-3. Okay, so I think so Liverpool broke the unbeaten record in that season in Premier League because they were undefeated before that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Man City will look for that kind of revenge, to spoil their somehow, I mean, okay, they won the league, but sorry, go ahead.
Munta, there's no rivalry anymore. Like, City are losing so bad. Like, there's no rivalry. Like, that game won't mean anything.
No, Juju, but you have to think from that perspective as well, Why to give them everything, Pep Guardiola said, okay, let me spoil something for them, Okay, they are winning the league after 30 years, everything is perfect for them, But let me spoil something for them at least, not to give them everything. Like Invincible? Are you kidding me? For Jurgen Klopp? immediately after winning Champions League, invincible next season. Oh my goodness. Nah, I cannot see that happening, to be honest, personally. So I think so. There are a few games, where Liverpool will drop their performances, or some surprising defeats. Like even Spurs, they have to play Jose Mourinho, I believe. So I think so. Jose Mourinho
Oh
can.
yeah. That's true.
Oh,
Yeah. So even Everton as well. Everton away, I believe they have to play. Ancelotti.
Mutta, did you say Mourinho? That's an easy game.
Jujuman, have some respect. Jujuman, don't you dare insult my boy. Jujuman, easy. Just relax.
Yeah.
Relax. I told you, man, I've come back from the fatherland a bit more harsher. So don't you dare. All right. So be very careful with the way you talk about my boy. Ahmed, will Liverpool go unbeaten? Yes or no?
I don't think they will. Building off of what Tara and others have said.
Who are beating these dope artists? I mean,
On
these
36th, look, for example, right? Take this. On the 36th and 37th of match days of the Premier League, Liverpool will play Arsenal and Chelsea, two teams that will be in the heat of a top 4 race. While during that same time, Liverpool probably already have sealed the title with a couple games left. So why would they risk playing a full roster, playing Mane, Salah, and all these guys against Arsenal and Chelsea? And even if they...
I think we lost you, Ahmed, bro. I think we lost you, bro. Same season. Will Liverpool go unbeaten? Yes or no?
I think the only game that I would really, really be worried at if I'm a Liverpool fan is Chelsea at home. I think they'll draw with at the Etihad. I think Chelsea at home is because it's the exact same fixture.
Wait, Liverpool have like a pretty much perfect record at Anfield. Why should that be the?
Because I think it's too good to be written. Because you know why? Because the Gerrard slip and this fixture are on the exact same day. So I think.
But you realize that if let's say they keep on going at this race, they would have won the title because that's the penultimate game of the season.
Okay. But I'm looking at Chelsea, and every time they go away to a Big Six team, they just dominate. For United, they got unlucky. I'm not saying they should have won the game at United, but they played well for a first opening day of the season. They played well away at City for a good half. They played Tottenham off the park. Played Arsenal in second string at second half. They'll probably do the same to Liverpool. I just think if there's one team to be scared about the way they play against you, it'll be Chelsea because Chelsea have caused Liverpool problems in both the games, the Super Cup and the game at Stamford Bridge. So I think if there's any team you should be scared about from Liverpool, but invincible run is Chelsea at home.
Oh, question: Where are Chelsea in the table? Like,
okay, but that's against. No, it's against. Talk about
No, but Jujuman is right. Jujuman is right away because look. The problem is with Liverpool is that it's not about this first 11 team. Even they can get a draw in Anfield. That's enough for them. It's not beating Liverpool. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Finish.
Chelsea are absolutely lethal against top 6 teams away.
Bro, to beat Liverpool on Anfield with this Chelsea team,
you do know they're the last team to win.
No. You know, right? It doesn't matter, bro. To beat them, it's not about draw.
This Anfield, there is no fortress more stronger than Anfield this season. I don't know any. Basically, the only team that can beat them at Anfield is a full strength PSG. They can beat them.
Yeah, I think. I agree.
Please.
They can't even win in the Bernabeu. How are they winning at Anfield?
Wait. Did you hear what I said? I said a full strength, fully fit PSG side.
Was that not a full strength PSG side at Bernabeu?
Exactly.
You're saying season. Are you watching PSG this season, bro? Are you watching their attacking power? Are you watching their midfield cohesion, bro?
But they didn't win at Bernabeu. How they?
Oh my god, bro!
Look, I have spoken as that guy in that Mandalorian episode that I have spoken. If fully fits, hating all you want. Fully fits Neymar, fully fits Mbappe, Icardi. They will get that ass. Let me bring in your boy.
You gotta be joking.
No,
I know, man.
That game against Bernabeu.
Wait, easy. Premier League is no longer an elite league, bro. Sorry, like.
You're wrong.
Let's keep it right now. I'm counting down the days till February. This Premier League, we were sold a lie, man. This is just marketing. It's just
Yeah.
a marketing ploy.
So what's the
I'm
best
waiting
league in the
on
world?
Nah.
then?
Premier
La Liga, La
Premier
Liga.
is where
La
I'm.
Champions
Liga.
League.
Yes,
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
that's it.
wait,
Nah,
wait.
HH.
No,
Nah.
I'm making my
Liga.
living. This Premier League
I'm sorry,
crap,
man. I'm
bro.
sorry,
Look,
man.
man, we were sold a lie.
Okay,
Liverpool
okay,
are
okay,
making
okay.
a mockery of
It's
this
Liga.
side shit league.
Okay, so what's
No,
the
no,
best
no,
league in the
it's
world
This
then?
is a prostitutes league.
nah.
This has become a prostitute league.
Are you
Nana,
serious?
Liverpool gonna
You're joking.
go unbeaten? Yes or no?
Oh my god. man.
No, okay, but what's the best league in the world then?
La
It's
Exactly.
Champions League.
Question.
Champions League.
Literally,
Don't you
no.
dare
Listen,
say
man,
La
listen,
Liga.
let's
What's the
not
best
ask
league?
the
What's the
question,
best
man.
league?
Wait,
HH?
let me
HH,
finish.
What's the
allow me
best
to
league?
respond,
Shush,
bro.
guys, shush, guys. Let's Nana speak. So Nana, who do you think Liverpool will go unbeaten? If no, why?
I think they could. I don't know. This team.
I don't
Team,
do think it's a yes or no question.
Nah, they're not going unbeaten. Nah,
Thank you. Thank you.
Nah.
So who will beat them?
What's up, my Ghanaian brother Nana?
I think. What's up, man? I think best case. I think it has to be either United or Spurs. United or Spurs are being this team. I don't see. Or City away. City as well. But that's it. They can't go unbeaten. Nah, I don't believe it. No.
Okay, also, I've just been looking at the chat right now, and obviously the Invincibles have been brought up, and I said that, and I still believe that it's going to be a long time until a team does what Arsenal done. A lot of people are saying, look, they had 12 draws, they were playing for draws, their points thing was not impressive until a team goes through an entire Premier League season unbeaten. You will have to pay respect to Olga Wenger. Pay respect to Papa Wenger, because until a team goes through an entire season unbeaten, I don't care whether you have 50, 80 draws, until a team goes through an entire season unbeaten and wins the league, that is a special achievement that Arsenal achieved. Same thing of like what City did with 100 points, that's special. So let's see what happens.
I mean, is it really?
At the end of the season, bro. That's what I'm saying. Let's just see what happens at the end of the season. But I will reiterate my point. Premier League has become a joke. Okay.
But so is La Liga.
No, HH. What about La Liga, bro? La Liga has become a joke.
Let you guys
La Liga has been a joke for decades.
It's such a joke, man. It's been a joke for decades.
Come on.
A team that are 17 points ahead of second place, that's a farmer's league. I'm sorry. That's
So what's PSG's? Okay, what's Barca?
Okay, look at what Barca is.
Tell me this crap of this thing being the best league.
Everybody's turning on them.
It's you can't beat these guys. It's been how many games? These guys have not lost a single game. They've drawn one game. No, man, it's a farmers league, man. I don't care what anyone says. It's a bloody farmers league, man.
What about Barcelona? Has Barcelona ever lost a game in La Liga?
Look, man, let me see the super chats, man. Chill. From Dawn 123. Thank you for the $2 super chat, bro. EPL is still a strong league, dominating in Europe. I don't give a damn, bro. I don't care whether they're dominated in Europe. Liverpool are 15 points ahead of the pack.
Wait, allow me.
This and Ligue 1. Tell me, what's this between this and Ligue 1? It's the same thing. It's the same bloody thing, man. It's the same thing. We're moving topics. We're moving topics right now. I want to talk about. I want to switch things up. I want to talk about Zlatan to AC Milan. Look, I'll keep this. Okay, let me just give my 2 cents on this. I'm confused now. Let your boy has so much, and shout out to guys who still support AC Milan. I feel you. I hope you guys are taking your pills and everything, because you do need to take your pills if you're supporting that shocking thing. But let me open this up while I take my anti-malaria tablet. I'm going to start first with Tara Complicato. So Tara, Zlatan, 2-barreled question. First question is, do you think this was a good decision for Ibra to join AC Milan? Second question is, how well do you think he will succeed with AC Milan? Let me take my time. Hit it.
Okay, so the reason Zlatan joined AC Milan is simply because Zlatan wants to be in Europe and is done with the MLS. He's done well in the MLS, though how that will translate to Serie A, I'm not sure. AC Milan they're just not that good overall. Anyways, it's a fact. And AC Milan have simply signed him because Piatek is just crap That's it. As for how well Zlatan will do at AC Milan, um, we can't quite say. I don't know. There's like even though Zlatan is a great goal scorer, he is. I just don't know. He's 30. He's 38. He's 38. Serie A is a tough league to score in.
Guys, give me a fact check. Live chat. How old is your boy's lads? Live chat. Give me an exact age. Carry on, Sarah. Carry on.
So he's 38. Serie A is one of the hardest leagues to score in. All right, those defenses are solid.
That's
there's not very much. The AC Milan squad is just bad overall, and seeing as Zlatan isn't necessarily the most involved player in the build-up, I don't know how that'll end up. So he'll be better than Piatek because that isn't hard, but I can't see anything more than. But I can't see anything more than maybe 8 goals max in the second half of the season. That's as much.
Okay. So before I go to Juju Man, I'm seeing 22, 41, 61, 20, but I believe 38 is the number. 38, my God in heaven. Now, I could rip AC Milan a new one. I could because me and my brother are just having this discussion. My brother is a big Ibra fan, and my brother believes that Ibra will be a huge success. AC Milan, you sick pricks. How low can you go? I told you, man, this is a whole new age, man, because there's so much frustration I have vented up right now. So I'm just letting out. You're AC Milan, you stupid pricks, and you're making an announcement for a geriatric retirement home dude, a 75-year-old geriatric. You announce that on your official Twitter page. Are you sick? You're AC Milan, and you're announcing a geriatric is man, Georgia man, talk, man.
Oh yes, I was about to say, Syria is like a museum. Everyone is like, it's all old with old people in Syria. Because I mean, with Zlatan, he went to AC Milan to collect a check. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's up to standard with top European football. So I'm not sure why he's there. And this, I think we mentioned, someone mentioned Syria is a tough league to score. No, I don't think so. I just think Cristiano is trash, and he has a good PR team. So, and he's making excuses for his average numbers. He's just average. He's not trash. He's average, and he's making excuses. So with that, and then with Zlatan, I mean, he should just retire. I don't know. I guess he wants the check, but I mean, he can go to Japan where no one sees you. But so with Zlatan, I just think it's more about getting a paycheck rather than accomplishing anything.
Wow. So he's chasing the cash, man.
Yeah.
BD call is Zlatan to AC Milan. Is it a good move? Yes or no?
I think it's a good move because he's someone who, with people who are lacking goals, I think he can really help with the goal scoring that AC Milan is lacking, especially at this time and rate. The way AC Milan is going, it's just so bad. Like they're just so poor.
But how much do you think he can? How much do you think a 38-year-old geriatric can help AC Milan?
This is the problem with AC Milan. They're believing in false hope. They believe Benacer was going to be a hit. They believe Leao was going to be a hit. They believe Piatek was going to be a hit. It never really turned out to pan out that way. And I think to get someone of that quality of a 38-year-old who's world class and
wait. You're saying that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is world class in 2020? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
What I'm saying is he's a good league merchant striker. He's a very good league merchant striker, but he's not a good CL. He's not a good striker to help you or get you a Champions League trophy. That's what I'm trying to say. So the team that Milan is, they need Zlatan. Zlatan is a good league merchant striker. He can actually provide them with goals for a full 38-game season. which they strongly need. You know what I'm trying to say? And another thing that I'm gonna really suggest to all these AC Milan fans is you guys need Pellegrini drastically. Like ASAP, they need Pellegrini because Pellegrini is perfect for that kind of AC Milan team. They're dead. They're just dead. They're low in finance. They're dead. And I've seen time and time again Pellegrini pick up clubs who are just absolutely poor and take them all the way to higher heights. So again, Ibrahimovic is a good league merchant striker, but he doesn't cut it in the Champions League. He's not going to give you a Champions League trophy.
Wait, Double H, I forgot one point to add.
What?
I think it's sad that finished players like Zlatan get chances at AC Milan. I think that should be going to the youth. I mean, to the young kids, to the young players that are coming up.
What's young kids, Jujuman? What's young kids?
I'm sure they're like Italians, like kids.
So tell me, Jujuman.
Yeah.
This is AC Milan. This isn't Pescara, or Brescia or Bolognese FC. Please give the youth a go.
Yeah.
Jujuman, we're talking about 7 times European champions. There's no time for testy babies or orphans to be given a chance.
I want to add one thing.
Zlatan is not going to do anything. What is he going to do? Like, if he was
we'll see. But Zlatan might be a better option than some no-name youth person who's going to give you two goals in 56 matches.
I want to add one thing.
BD called chill, man, chill, relax. What the heck? Hoga Bonito. What's Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Break down the move. Is it a good move? Can it be fruitful for AC Milan?
First of all, I think he's not going there for the money, because if he was, he'd just stay in MLS for more money, I think. So that's one point. And I think it's a decent move. I mean, he's not the same player he was in 2012, and he's not playing with Casano and Seedorf and all those guys. So it's not the same Milan team. He'll score a few goals. Like, I agree with BD Core. He's a good league merchant in that sense. And it's a decent move. But I don't know, like you said, AC Milan, they should be going for, I don't know, Timo Werner. He has like a 30 million release clause. Why not go for him? Or I don't know. It's a weird one. But he would bring a lot of experience and leadership to the dressing room. So that's probably a good point for them.
Okay. Red. Zlatan and AC Milan.
This is the epitome of rock bottom, HH. When you're relying on a 38-year-old Finnish talent.
Thank you, my preach. Thank you.
Like, the only positive is highlighted by Jogo Bonito is the fact that Zlatan can probably just at least rub off some of his talent on some of these players, because the curse of the number 9 in over the past decade for AC Milan is it's affected them greatly. Look at Piontek last year with Genoa. He scored 15 goals before he transferred to Milan. And then he goes to Milan, and all of a sudden he falls off. You can't trust youth with Milan because they have been trusting the youth and they haven't done anything. They've spent money and they still can't get anything done. Like, it's honestly very sad to see a club like AC Milan in this kind of state. And the fact that they had to sign Zlatan, I don't know. Yeah, sure, he's gonna probably get them 10 goals in the next couple of matches, but I don't think that's even enough. They're not solid defensively. Their midfield is lacking, and they Liao flopped, Piontek flopped, Kananoglu flopped. What's that dude from La Liga's name that used to play for Villarreal? I forgot his name, but he was also
flops, man. Red, they're all flops. They're all flops.
All of them flopped. They spent money, and I don't know, is Zlatan gonna fix all of that? I doubt it. I think something he would add is that Zlatan still has an attitude, and he can give them some more fighting mentality on the pitch. He'll get into defenders in the defenders' heads. That's a positive. But again, if they're trying to make Champions League football, I don't think this is the move. Especially in a Serie A right now where the league is improved greatly. Inter's improved. Juve, they're always going to be there. Napoli are obviously a steady side. They've proven to be a steady side. Roma's improving, and Atalanta, they could keep growing from now on. So it's harder for Milan, and relying on Zlatan signing. I don't know. Is in your opinion, do you think he's gonna attract stars? Because that's what I'm hearing. Oh, he'll attract other big names. I'm like,
No, he won't. He
he
won't.
won't. Yeah, like which player wants to, who
Ibra
wants to
in
play with Zlatan?
2020, Ibra isn't that relevant, bro. So,
No, like he was, and he was outscored. He was outscored in the MLS by that ex-Real Sociedad Martinez, yeah, and the whole year he was just taking shots at Martinez. Martinez wouldn't respond. Martinez responded with football and beat him every time. So he didn't even do well for LA Galaxy. He's not going to do well for AC Milan.
Okay, all right. Muntaha, Zlatan, and your boy Zlatan and AC Milan. Good match, bad match. Do we even care about Ibra anymore?
Bro, first of all, like I don't care about that guy. Like but I have what do you call it? An answer for you, because just now you said to Juju man, oh please, test tube babies are not allowed to sign, for big clubs like AC Milan, like in terms of trophies as well, okay? But you cannot also sign the grandpas in flipping for the club like AC Milan, because it's like he's almost 40, 39, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, On top of that, bro, this guy's finished article, bro. Bro, why is playing like for a club like AC Milan? And secondly, what he's going to do? Can he give you goals? Really? Because, bro, there are some levels.
No, baby. Because I'll let Muntab finish, but Muntab makes a very, very key point that people are missing.
Bro,
Homeboy is going from MLS standard to Syria standard. Insult Syria all he wants. Going from the MLS to Syria, that is a huge jump and a massive gap in quality. Carry on, Munza.
Yeah, and bro, I mean that's MLS, bro. Who cares about MLS, bro? Like even like semi-pro of Europe can play, into MLS, bro. Like they can make cut into the first 11 teams. No, bro. There's a sad, reality in life which we have to accept that at the end of the day. So my thing is what.
Wait. So, Munza, you're saying that there are guys who, after they finish an MLS game, they go to do their plumbing job and carpentry job.
bro, you know what?
Bro, it's facts,
bro, he owns some company, something like that, So he should have carried on with his own personal businesses, rather than coming back to football and like AC Milan. And I'm personally disappointed with AC Milan because I've seen their the strategies has been failing, and I mean, first of all, like you're signing a manager, I forgot his name, Gianpaolo. He flopped.
Exactly.
I mean,
who cares, man? Who cares about his name, man? Irrelevant, man.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, bro, I mean, like I'm disappointed with the club like AC Milan, and that's the thing, bro. And Zlatan, apart from a bit more of marketing, what he can offer to Milan, by footballing wise, absolutely nothing. So yeah, just bit more of a marketing. That's it. Short sales. That's it.
Easy. Okay. Nana A9. Zlatan AC Milan. Will it work?
No. Zlatan's done. I think he's done. I think he's finished at this level.
I'm in.
Yeah, I think he's finished at this level. This is really bad.
So why do you think? Wait, so why do you think he then made this move then? So was this move motivated by cash, or does he really actually still believe in his talents?
I think he still believes in his talent, and it's for the media and PR more so than cash. I think his talent mixed with staying relevant. I think he realized that the MLS wasn't the place to be, so he left early. But I don't think it'll work out. No.
Ahmed, Zlatan to thingy.
Well, in terms of working, I mean, AC Milan aren't going to get top 4 because they signed Zlatan. I mean, that's a fact. They're not getting Champions League. I heard someone mention he's not going to win them a Champions League. They're not even in. They're fighting for a Europa League spot now. Okay, they're fighting for a Europa League spot now. So I don't see Zlatan even being able to get them. Getting them top 6 for a Europa League spot would be an accomplishment at this point with his current team. I don't see him being that different. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to be leaps and bounds, but I think he'll score, around 8-9 goals. He'll be decent. He won't disgrace himself, is what I'm trying to say. But this AC Milan is a lot more than Zlatan. And also, it was Carlos Vela in the MLS who outscored him this season.
Wow.
And Martinez, who Red mentioned, had the same amount of goals as Zlatan.
Jesus. Lord. Okay, now let's switch things. And this is a straight question, and I don't want to hear. I think maybe a straight question. Who is better, Tammy Abraham or Marcus Rashford? I'm gonna start first with Muntaha. Who is better, Marcus Rashford or Tammy Abraham?
Bro, like in terms of like scoring in the big games, you know, like I'll trust Rashford, to be honest, because I know that like at times
I said
bro,
who is better. I didn't say big games. I said who is better, man. Please.
overall, I still believe I think so. Tammy Abraham is better for me. For me, that's my personal opinion because I like the way he plays. You know, the way he goes at defenders. I know sometimes like he misses the flipping goals and all those things, but I still believe that Rashford is like, for me, he's not a footballer or striker which I want to put, like, you know, to in my team. So I believe that I'll go with Tammy Abraham personally. Yeah.
Okay. Ahmed, Tammy or Rashford? Who's the better player?
I would right currently it's Tammy Abraham. I mean, even watching him, you know, when I watch Chelsea versus watching United, even when he doesn't score, you can still tell he's having a good game, which you don't quite see as much from.
Okay, I think we lost Ahmed. Terra, who is better, Tammy or Rashford?
Tammy Abraham. All right, Rashford. He may have 10 goals, but let's be honest. I think half of those, 4 of those, or something, are penalties. Tammy has scored against quite a diverse bunch of opposition. Rashford, let's say he doesn't perform well against the defensive teams. Tammy he's just a better player in my opinion. Tammy has done better for Chelsea and has contributed more to Chelsea. Has been their main goal scorer, which is his job. He's been the main goal scorer for Chelsea. While even with Rashford on the pitch, Manchester United have quite knowingly struggled. So I'd say Tammy.
Holger Bonito, Tammy or Rashford? Who's the better player?
Can you even compare them? Because like Rashford is a left winger, right? More than a striker. And
but they are both attacking players, so you can definitely compare the attacking instinct,
but
their
finishing,
finishing, their
number
ball
9,
control, and how well they attack.
If you go with all-round striker play, I'll go with Tammy, because I think Rashford is more of a left winger. And you have to consider like Rashford is playing with no creativity behind him, and Tammy's playing with a very solid midfield with Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic. So I'd go with Rashford. I think his out, not just because I'm a United fan, but I think his output, considering the team he's in, is very good.
Well, I mean, he has like 6 goals in open play.
But as a number, but let me say this: as a number 9, I would take Tammy over Rashford.
Okay, that's okay. But all around, who would you say is the better player, footballing wise? Who would you say is the better football player?
I'd go with Rashford actually, but in the role of a number 9 and the link up play and that, I'd go with Tammy because he has that ability there. Yeah.
Jujuman, Tammy or Rashford?
I think this is easy. Rashford is better. I mean, player attributes.
Why?
Player attributes. Rashford it can offer you free goals from free kicks, goals from penalties. I mean, I think overall, and he has to deal with a team that's worse, but Rashford is better. And I saw Tammy Abraham. I mean, against Arsenal, he looked good. He looked good, but I'm looking at his attributes. I mean, is he known for penalties? No. Height, he has it. So corners, I expect him to be good. Free kicks, no. I mean, so can he use both feet? No. So it's like I don't know. I don't think he has enough to. And plus, how many I mean, I know he's young, but trophies 0 so far. I think Rashford has 1 at least.
Jujuman, why do you have to bring trophies? As I said, who's the better player? Don't be a trophy merchant, man.
True, but definitely, I think Rashford has he's only 21 and he has at least how many?
He had Mourinho. Give
no.
Mourinho to Tammy. He'll be swimming in trophies, man. So just relax, chill.
Yeah, and so with that, I think with Rashford is easily better than Tammy.
Wow. BD Core, Tammy or Rashford?
Both are awful and trash. I'm sorry. Both are trash. I'm not gonna answer this because I believe Trashford has been trash for ages. He's the main reason why United was 15th in the table. I also believe Abraham. Um, I'm sorry. He's a crybaby. That's the problem with Abraham. He's too much of a crybaby.
Okay, that was weird. Nana A9. Who is better, Tammy or Rashford?
I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm gonna have to say Rashford. A confident Rashford. I'm taking over Tammy. Yeah, yeah.
So, but why the specific? So why would you say he's better? What footballing abilities does he have over Tammy? Then that's you're going to say Rashford.
Dribbling, shooting. I just pass. I think Rashford. I think confident Rashford when he's on his game provides more, impacts the game more than Tammy. I'm yet to see Tammy shoot score a free kick from how far, 35, 40 yards. I'm taking Rashford. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Rashford.
Question: Does Tammy even have a? Has he ever played for England or no?
No, he has. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just played for England. I mean, briefly but he has, man. He has played for England. All right, Red. Round us off. Tammy or Rashford?
HH, why don't we just have Callum Wilson versus Jack Grealish? Who's better? Like they're just as talented. HH.
That's what I was saying.
They're just as talented. HH. They're just let's be
Just as
honest.
talented as these
Whoa.
guys.
Okay.
No. But if to answer your question seriously, I agree with Juju and the rest of the guys. Rashford is the superior player because let's look at overall attributes. Like one aspect that Tammy Abraham is better than Rashford is that pure poaching at number 9 like position inside the box. Like you saw that in the what's it called in the match against Arsenal, his second goal. Willian cut it back. He body feints and then cuts back in and then takes the shot. Like that is genius. Rashford doesn't do that. But what Rashford does offer you, he's great off of free kicks. His crossing is on point. He's faster. He's more physical. By physical, I mean like speed and pace. Aside from that, he can come up with some goals here and there. Just overall, what he brings to the table, I feel like he's more valuable than Tammy Abraham. Even though Tammy Abraham is slowly creeping up on him, it's just that Rashford's been doing it for like 5 years now, where he's been impacting even as a youngster coming into a very mediocre Man United side. He's been doing it very well. Tammy Abraham, he's also gets credit because he's going into it like not a very strong Chelsea side, a Chelsea side that is under a transfer ban and under a rookie of a manager. Granted, that manager has 4-digit IQ, but still. So no, I'd pick Rashford over Abraham.
Wow. Okay. Now let's switch things little slightly. Erling Haaland has officially joined Dortmund. Now, I've given my thoughts on this dude. I believe he's a hype beast. I believe that Twitter is a virus. And I believe that clickbait is about. And everybody is obsessed with the next big thing and building hype around them because I believe people are just bored. It's because people are bored, like, I've got nothing to do. What should do? Oh, let's just say this dude is the best person in the world. So someone says it's not official. So let's just as if he does go to Dortmund. Let's just say he does go to Dortmund and it's official. Let me confess to Muntar with this. Good deal, bad deal. What do you think of the deal, Erling Haaland to Dortmund, or should he have joined his Norwegian brother at Man United?
Yeah, bro. Bro, first, if you see that, okay, he joined the right club. First of all, he joined the Bundesliga.
These guys are clowns, by the way.
No,
You see how this guy's choking every single game. How is the right club under this clown?
I'll tell you. It's not for the betterment of Dortmund club. It's for the betterment of the player, because Bundesliga is like literally heaven for forwards or for the strikers or for the wingers, because that's the best way to step pad, and it's the best stepping stone for the next club, for the next big move, in 3-4 seasons. you know. And I believe that I think so. This guy's going to, they're going to select flipping Lucien Favre, okay, by the end of the season. So might be getting a good manager like Pochettino or someone else, okay, of his stature, okay, might improve this team defensively and try to make them play, more sensible football rather than, all out attack. And I believe that Dortmund, I forgot the striker name, bro. What's the name of the striker who used to play for
Paco
Dortmund?
Alcacer.
Paco Alcacer.
Alcacer.
Yeah,
Alcacer,
Paco
yeah.
Alcacer is, this guy's done already, man. I mean, yeah, he used to score
Yeah,
goals.
I
He scored,
agree. I
yeah, for
agree.
2 seasons or 1 season, he was scoring 20, 25 Gs, second top scorer, I believe, after Lewandowski in 17, 18 season, okay? And he did a great job, I mean, but I think so he's done already. And it's the best way, and the way Dortmund play high pressing, pressing with intensity. It's not like, the way Ciro Immobile used to play. No. It's like this guy's young and he can improve, and he can improve his goal scoring instinct. So it's better, best move for flipping Haaland than Dortmund. I think it makes sense as well, and there is no pressure as well compared to the big team. Supposedly, if he would have moved to Manchester United or Manchester City or even Liverpool or any other big
Thank
clubs,
you.
bro, that
Thank
level
you.
would have
Thank you.
crumbled this young talented guy. I mean, he's talented. Don't get me
Thank
wrong.
you.
I know he's hyped. But he's talented. So I think so. This is the right move for him.
BD Cole.
Yeah, so I woke up at work and I saw this deal and I was like, my goodness, I'm so happy we have a poacher now inside the box. I think we've been lacking this the whole season. I think we not having a poacher inside the box, someone who could put the ball in the back of the net, has cost us games. And that's one of the reasons why we lost to Hoffenheim, is because we don't have guys who are like strikers who are inside the box who could just put the ball inside the back of the net. I also think that it's a great signing because, again, like Montara said, there's no pressure on the dude. Like, to be honest, there's really no pressure on him. He has
Wait. How is there no pressure? He's been seen as the next big thing. There's pressure, bro, because he's been anointed as this next great striker. So how do you mean that there's no pressure?
But bro, he has players like Marco Reus. He has players like Sancho. These are he has better attacking options than he had in Salzburg. You get what I'm trying to say? He has better players who can take him to the next level. And even if he makes a mistake, fair enough, yes. But he will still learn from those mistakes. You get what I'm trying to say? He's talented. We have to be honest. And I want to tell you something, HH. You call him overrated, but he scored in Anfield against Liverpool. Liverpool of all people.
So what?
It's big. It's big. Even Messi couldn't score in Anfield.
Didn't one of those Palace dudes score at Anfield? No, for me, do it either over a season or in a World Cup semi.
Oh,
do it in a World Cup semi or over a season.
Oh, AJ, no, but listen. Messi couldn't even score in Anfield.
No,
Suarez could not even score in Anfield.
No, this isn't the Liasi Hangout.
No, I'm saying Liasi couldn't even score in Anfield.
Do you think
Haaland carries a team of bricks into a CL semi?
BD Core, you brick. Do you think Erling Haaland is going to be a success for Dortmund this year?
I think he will be a success for my club, of course. I think he can give
Your
us
club.
some G's. I definitely believe he can give us G's, and I definitely believe that he will be a talented player in Dortmund. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Tara.
So one thing I'd like to say before I answer the main question about Haaland, Dortmund, how that fits into everything, I would have actually liked to see Haaland at Atleti. I feel like seeing the way they play and seeing as they really are in need of a goal poacher, he would have been an excellent fit for them, but that's a different thing. So this is a good choice for Dortmund, of course. He's a talented guy, not as good as Ansu, but he's still talented. He's still a goal scorer, and Alcacer just hasn't been very great as the number 9. Royce isn't really a number 9. So to have Haaland really boost their goal scoring options, and being around other players like Royce and Sancho might help Haaland get some goals, because obviously Bundesliga will be tougher than the Austrian league, but it'll still probably help Haaland maybe not fall off completely in terms of adaptation. The way he plays, it'll be good for the pressing style, as I think Mutaha said. It'd be very good for the pressing style. He has that energy, the work rate. So I think it's an overall good signing for Dortmund, in my opinion. It's an overall good signing. And as for developing, Dortmund have been known in general since I think the Klopp era. Their strategy has more or less been to buy like young players and then develop them and sell them to bigger clubs, which is what I think they're aiming to do with Haaland. And seeing as most of those young players have turned out to be great, like Lewandowski and others, Lewandowski, Aubameyang, and others, I think it's a good move. It's a good move. There won't be so much crumbling pressure to score in so many big games like there would be at, let's say, a Man United or a Man City or a Liverpool or those kinds of clubs. So I think it's a good move overall.
All right, Red.
I think Mata hit the nail on the head with what he said. It's just that, like, I'm with you, HH. I'm not really sold on Haaland just yet. I don't feel like he's really proven himself. I'm sorry, scoring at Anfield isn't the be-all, end-all of football. Like, that doesn't mean we should automatically rate you. A lot of players score in tough grounds.
Shut the hell up.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Like, that was also a team effort. There was other players on that team that helped him, and some of his goals were tap-in. And he lost too, so it doesn't even matter. So I think by him going to Bundesliga, he's only 19 years old, and he's still developing. So we haven't seen the last of him. His career is just starting. So he's doing very well for a player who this is his first senior season.
Okay, but Red, is this guy going to be the next big thing? Because I mean, let's just yes or no. Is he going to be the next big thing? Am I being too harsh on
the next big thing? HH, like, let's look at the class that he's in right now. Like, he's in the same class as.
So he's in the same class as who?
João Felix.
Him anywhere near Mbappe, for example. Like, he's nowhere near that. So the next big thing, I don't think so. I think he's a very promising talent. I think this is the type of goal scorer that we're going to have that's going to be bringing us like 20 to 30 goals a season on average. I just don't think that he's it yet. Like, and that's why this move to Dortmund is perfect for him, because Dortmund is a great environment for young strikers. Like, you've seen Aubameyang, even Paco Alcacer, who was doing nothing in La Liga, goes to Dortmund, and he had the sort of a stint, a good little purple patch. So I think Haaland, he's going to be, I think he'll do very well. I could see him scoring like 20, 30 goals a year with Dortmund. In all competitions, of course, not in the league alone. So he could be that missing piece they need. Now, this response to Tara earlier for when he was saying like he maybe should go to like Atleti. He could have went to Atleti, but I think they wasted their 120 million on João Felix, and now they don't have a proper striker. They're stuck with Morata. So yeah, like the move to Dortmund is probably the best move he could have gone right now, because I was hearing he was going to be linked to United, and thank God that he didn't go there, because there is a lot of pressure and he needed immediate impact, which I don't think he has that ability yet. Like, he still needs to build up his resume before going to a big club like United, where like success is expected. Like, even though they're going through a bad stint, clubs like United, you always, every year you have to at least try to compete for the title. And if he doesn't score there, then of course the fraud talk is going to come out. So this move to the Bundesliga will help ease the pressure off of him from the media. Let him like stat pad a little bit in that league, not to disrespect the Bundesliga, of course, but like let him, because it favors attacking players. So next big thing, HH, no. Is the move good? Yes. Is he gonna be good? We don't know, but he's looking very promising right now.
All right. Was Juju Man?
Yes.
Erling Haaland. Is he hype? Yes or no, man? Is he hype?
Look, I haven't watched him because what's it called? I didn't. I haven't watched him yet because I just saw the hype. But I'll watch him against PSG first. The one thing I'll say though, I think this is a wise move. Muta and Red said it. Bundesliga, anyone with pace and no pace. I mean, it's a good league for strikers. I mean, I don't rate.
He
I
has
don't rate the league high.
physicality, Juju, physicality.
Yeah, physical. Yes, I don't rate the league higher. And Bidico, I think there's a guy from Genk called. Let me pronounce this right. Called Mbwana Samata. He scored at Anfield. So I don't think scoring at Anfield is a big deal.
No. I'm comparing him scoring in Anfield compared to Messi, who literally scored Zets in Anfield. He scored zero G's in Anfield.
All right.
Can you believe that?
Okay. Yeah. But with Haaland, I think we should wait until that PSG game. I think the move was wise because contrary to what Red said, I think he'll score. I think the hype will continue in Bundesliga because Dortmund it's a hipster team, and performing well in Dortmund, it gets you attention. So I think this was a really intelligent move by his team. And then with Man United, I'm not surprised he didn't. I mean, United is the tough option. I mean, it can be a hit or miss with United. So that was a risky move. So I think this was a good move for his career. He'll probably score. I think he'll score a lot of goals. Paco Alcacer did so. He should score a lot of goals, and the hype will continue for maybe this time or next, or maybe it'll continue. There'll be hype. I don't think it'll go away from the media.
Okay, all right. Before we go to Hoga Benito, guys, we've got 300 guys watching in. Like the vid, hit the like button. Mods, do your job. Get those likes up. I need those likes up. We want to get to at least 100 likes or more. Hit that like button. Hoga Benito, same question. Erling Haaland, what's the hype? Will this Dortmund move be good for him? Will we see the next great striker in the next few years?
It's a very good move for him as a player. I completely agree with Munsaha and Red. And I'm quite happy that United didn't get him, because if you read the reports, I think Raiola wanted to put in a buyout clause and stuff like that. So I think he's just using Dortmund as a stepping stone now. And as for his ability, I think he is talented. I mean, if you look at what he's done in the CL, and I think he's the only teenager to score that many goals. I think only Sancho comes close. So the talent is there, and I think he will show it in Dortmund. And it's a good move for both parties. And as for the future, I'm not sure if he's going to be the next great thing. Like he's not the next Mbappe or something like that.
So, but let me ask you this: Do you think he's overhyped, or is he worth the hype?
I think right now he's proving his talent, isn't he? Because he's doing it in the CL. So how can you call him overhyped?
Thank you. That's the main.
He's doing it in
because
the
I know, HH, I know you hold the CL in the highest regard, right? So
and the
he's
World
doing
Cup.
It in the CL.
And the World Cup.
Well, he's not. He hasn't performed the World Cup, so
no.
He's doing it in the CL.
I mean, yeah, like if this guy, like the reason why people were so hyped about Mbappe.
But name me another teenager that's doing what he's doing
in consecutive knockout CL games.
Thank you.
Consecutive knockout CL games. I was like, my God, this is a 17-year-old. Yeah, he was like 17, scoring in consecutive. If this dude was scoring in consecutive CL knockout games, I'd be like, okay, who the hell is this dude? Group stage, bro. There are levels.
But you're listening to Twitter, HH. That's the mistake you're making, because that's where all the hype is. But if you look at him as a player,
trust me, so trust me, I'm taking small breaks from Twitter because I realize that.
But you're being reactionary. You're being reactionary even in your question. Like, how can we say
he calls Hazard
right now?
top 3, and he calls Hazard top 3.
Relax, Bidigo, relax. Lingard has a better season at the moment. Anyway, so back to Haaland. The season isn't over, first of all right? And we can't judge him right now. So this question of whether he's the next big thing is like too soon, I think.
We'll see what the future holds in the next few years, man. Come in. Let me bring in this dude Nana in here. But before I go to you, Nana, let me just hit the super chat real quick, bro. Anthony Merkin, thank you again for your $2 super chats. Haaland is just another Torre Andre Flo 2.0. Relax. Torre Andre Flo was a great super sub. I think Haaland is more than just a super sub. And I think that he definitely has a greater upside than Torre Andre Flo, who really was nothing more than a super sub. But I just don't see what the big deal is with the dude. But let's see what he does the next few years. So Nana A9, Haaland to Dortmund. Good move, bad move?
I think it's a great move personally. I'm not 100% sold on him, but to move to Dortmund like that, where you're guaranteed minutes, you can improve and develop. I think this is a great move. I think it's a signing that shows intent. And I think it's a great move, and I think they've got a player that has the potential to be a solid striker for the next 5-6 years. I think it's a great move.
Wow. Okay. And do you think like he's going to be the next big thing?
With regards to that, I think it's more people just want to act like they were the first one there and like sort of say, "Oh, I saw him first. Yeah, he's going to be. I called it and all that stuff." But I can't see next big thing. I can see him being good, but I don't see next big thing. No, not star potential. No, not generational. No.
Okay. I want to switch things over to the CL, man. I want to switch things over to the CL. I've been looking at Man City lately, and initially my thought was City Real Madrid good game. This isn't Real's year. That Real needed Neymar. Zad can't do it all on his own. Zad is a generational talent. I know. I get it. He's one of the best players in the world right now. I get it. But it is too much for that legend to carry the team all by himself individually with guys who are really over the hill. But looking at this City team, I'm looking at these guys struggle against Sheffield United, get their flipping selves penetrated by Wolves, albeit with a man down. But my thinking is, can Real Madrid defeat Man City? So let me bring it because we're going to Juju Man as well. So yeah. Juju Man, looking deeply at this Man City Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that City are still strong favorites, or is this more of a 50-50, or perhaps Real Madrid are the favorites?
I say this should be an easy game for City, and I have my reasons why. First reason is people told me, and the Catalan newspaper shoved the agenda on our throats, saying that Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager ever. So Madrid, this is what Madrid have to face. They have to face supposedly the greatest manager ever, who say that he destroyed football. Second of all, I'm looking at this City team, and people will say here that Kevin De Bruyne is among the best midfielder in the world. No, he's considered the best midfielder in the world. So Pep Guardiola. No.
De Bruyne cannot clean Verratti's boots.
I mean, but the entire
De Bruyne cannot clean Verratti's boots. So let's get that straight right now. Thank you.
Yeah, but I looked at the newspapers. They're saying that De Bruyne is the best player. So we're going with that. We're going with I don't want to mention the newspapers, but look, they say that De Bruyne is is among the best midfielders in the world. And then the other part is Pep Guardiola, the greatest manager ever. He has Bernardo Silva, that's the best Portuguese player. He has Aguero, the EPL player of the decade, striker of the
international
decade.
Flop. Carry on.
Yep. And then he has Mahrez. He has Mahrez, who's considered one of the best African players. He has Raheem Sterling, started for England. This team is, I mean, I can go through the entire team. He has a stacked team, even though his defense is really it's not the best. It's not the best, but it's still good. So Pep Guardiola should easily beat Madrid. If he doesn't, he's a fraud. Because if you look at Madrid, I mean, you look at Madrid
Zad and Benzema,
right now. Zad is bad.
And Marcelo. That's it. And maybe
Ramos. Yeah. And Madrid. I mean, this team is like what Zidane is doing is a really good job. He's doing a good job, but the resources that Pep has used. I mean, this man has spent. Let's not forget, he has spent over $1 billion and has nothing in Europe to show for it. He won. He started partying and won against against, I mean, bottom side EPL, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't perform in Europe. So if this guy is as great as people have been saying for the last decade, then this should be an easy game. If he's not, then we need to seriously consider if this guy is as good as they claim, because anyone can beat teams that are
No,
inferior. You give me a
Pretty
bill,
man,
you
why
give me a
did it,
billion.
Pretty man? I've told you people about Pep.
Yeah.
Without Messi, he's not made a single CL final.
Yeah, and
So-
people will call you a hater, but that you might be actually right, because this guy has, like, he plays this good football that everyone says, but where are the results? So I'm expecting him to beat Madrid. If he doesn't, then we seriously need to consider the last time he has been in the Champions League semis is when he had Messi. So that's a big deal. We can't just ignore that and put it under the rug. That we're going to point that out.
Okay. BD Core.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Silicon. I'm gonna repeat this 100 times. Silicon Oil Money FC is officially irrelevant in 2019. I don't know why. Time after time after time again, we still are talking about this team. They're not good. I'm gonna be honest here. They lost to Wolves. They lost to Wolves. They lost to a team who has 0 UCLs. They lost to United in their own crib with all these billion and trillions of players. You lost to an average United. You lost to a United side who don't even have the same caliber of players that you guys do. There's something wrong. There is something wrong. And I think what I will say is Pep is overrated. I've confirmed it. He's overrated in 2019.
2020, bro. 2019 is over.
Oh, yeah. 2020. Actually, sorry. Let me repeat it again. Silicon Oil Money FC is irrelevant in 2020. Double down on that. Pep is also irrelevant in 2020. I think Real Madrid is gonna beat City with their Silicon Oil Money FC with their mentality. This is how I see it. I actually think Real Madrid love being underdogs. And because Silicon Oil Money FC are the favorites, I can see Real Madrid beating Silicon Oil Money FC come February. And I guarantee you this. Do not be shocked if Pep's football is redundant come February. Because it's been like this for ages, so yeah.
Okay. Sarah.
So the question again is who'd come through Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be a bit more tactical from my thing. Pep this season, it's let's be real here. It's been a train wreck. Simply because of that defense and that Wolves game. You're 2-0 up and you go and concede 3. Like come on. In addition, Pep has one system, and he consistently uses this one system. It's been highlighted here time after time, and it's useful because that's what leagues reward. Leagues reward you using one system to beat opponents that works for your team. All right, but in the Champions League, in the knockouts, you have to be all right. One bad game, you go out, and there's no way to come back. Simple as that. You can't rely solely on a system, and that has been Pep's problem since Barcelona. He's relied solely on a system, and so when that system is confronted and not going well, he's not going to change the system. All right, the Champions League rewards managers who have a general idea of what they're doing, but not a rigid system like Pep does, and that's what Zidane has.
You
He
can't
doesn't
be a
have
slave
that.
to your philosophy.
What?
You can't
Never
be a
mind.
slave to your philosophy.
Basically, thank you, especially in the CL. But Zidane's the opposite of that. He has the general idea of how he wants his team to play, but at the same time, he is ready to adapt. Depending on the circumstances, he's ready to adapt among circumstances. Against Valencia, he was much more attacking, but against Barcelona, he was playing more of a deep block in the defensive organization. I could see him doing the same deep block tactics to Man City, seeing the attacking firepower they have, because Man City has scored goals, and that's all good and well. So he'd go with that defensive mentality, and I'm not sure if Pep can confront that. Zidane, well, he'll probably have a fit Eden Hazard, which will definitely help in helping them control the midfield. Their attack is good. The fullbacks, Marcelo will be back, so that's always good for attacking assets. They've been defensively solid. I get Laporte will be back by late Feb, but still, they're still a relatively defensively solid team. I'm convinced by this Madrid team that they're adaptable, they perform well, they know what to do when it's required, and Zidane knows how to change a game. But I'd still say it's a 50-50 simply because City's attacking quality and they have the wide players to help take down a deep block. However, seeing that this season Man City just haven't been mentally strong. If you can't keep a 2-goal lead at Wolves, how are you going to beat Real Madrid in the CL? Tell me. So just seeing that Real Madrid have the superior mentality and experience, I see that even though quality-wise and maybe even tactically, because Pep has tried to change things out of sheer desperation, which may be a step in the right direction, I still see Real Madrid going through. They just something will go right for them, and I feel like they'll go through. All
right. Nana A9, City, Real Madrid.
I'm gonna take Madrid. I think Madrid will go through. They shouldn't. Realistically, Pep should be beating these boys, but I'm gonna take Madrid. I don't like what I'm seeing from City. You lose to United.
Real quickly, what if Laporte is fit by then?
I still would bet money on Madrid going through. Something about the C team's not. I believe Real Madrid could have their way if they set up right, which I think Zidane will. You could beat C. You could beat C. They lost to United, Wolves, to Newcastle. I think they can win it. No, they lost to Norwich. They lost to Norwich, so yeah, I have no faith in Pep. And if he loses, if he goes out in the round of 16, he needs to step down. He should step down from the post. He should step down and take a break because it's unacceptable.
All right. Let me bring in Mr. Dory. I know I'm going to leave Muntaha and unread till last. Jorge Bonito, Real Madrid, Man City. What's your take?
Depends on the injuries, doesn't it? I mean, I think a full
Let's
strength.
say they're both fully fit. Both teams fully fit. Everyone fully fit.
Both teams fully fit. I'd go with City, actually, because Pep system and the way they play, I think that will shine. But
Real Madrid, they are very direct. They're not a patient team. They're like a very direct, quick team, and they know how to push the ball from midfield to attack very quickly. So couldn't that be an antithesis to Man City's high line?
Definitely. That's a huge danger for them. That's the easiest way to break Man City, just the ball over the top to a striker that can run in or down the wings, right? So, like the midfield battle is going to be City's. They're going to win it. Zidane's won like 3 CLs, hasn't he? Back to back. So he has the experience. And Pep hasn't even sniffed a semi, I think, with City.
Final since Messi.
Not even a final since Messi. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'd actually go with Madrid then. Yeah. With
Wait. Am I hearing this right? Why is everyone saying the greatest manager ever cannot beat Lucas Vazquez? And
do you mind because we've been live to the media have live?
Yeah, but I was told De Bruyne was the best midfielder right now. What's going on? I mean, this is
lies.
A game.
Lies.
No, it's all down to his system, right? I mean, he's a system merchant, as you call him, HH.
Yep, hardcore system. I mean, which is why I said people in the live chats keep hating on me and everything. De Bruyne is good. He is a slave to a system. If the system breaks down, he's useless, and that's just the truth of De Bruyne.
You know,
real.
Earlier in the show, you were talking about the Prem being a farmers' league.
Yeah,
Pep has made it look like a farmers' league because he spent $1 billion on that squad, and he can't challenge City because Laporte is out.
Nothing to show for it in Europe, even though they got the easiest route last season, couldn't do it. Like,
And I'm not hating because
we're
I'm a
going to keep
United
quiet.
fan. I'm just yeah.
Okay, Red City, Real Madrid. How do you see it going for your boys, man? Be objective.
Now, look, if you said it earlier that if we're talking about fully fit, now that's not going to be the case for Madrid because we're going through a crisis. But if we're both fully
February's
fit,
still a long time, bro. There's still a long time to go till February.
we'll see. But like, what if we're talking where they're both hypothetically speaking, with them both being at 100%, we would beat them. I think one, you guys mentioned the experience alone. Madrid can handle being down a goal. They're not a glass cannon like City. City, as soon as they go 1-0 down, the thing is with City, they like to stat pad on teams. Like they'll score 2 or 3 goals in like a 15-minute span and break the team's spirit, and then win the game like that. If you stop them from doing that and don't give them the edge, you could beat them 1-0, 2-0, like they've shown. And I think with Madrid, we even if they score a goal against us, which is going to be tough because we're really solid defensively now. Like Courtois, Ramos, Varane, all of them incredible. And then even our backup, Militao, Odriozola, Mendy, Marcelo. Like now Marcelo's not a backup, it started, but like Mendy, all quality. So it's going to be really hard for them to score against us. Whereas for us, with the way the quickness in our attack, because Madrid, we attack very quickly. We're very direct. We don't wait for the other team to really open up position. And then if the attack stalls, or like we can't really progress the ball forward, we just switch the play immediately, like from side to side. So it's hard for a team to really settle down. And I think with City, especially with Angelino, if he's going to be playing, I don't know how he's gonna like that. I think they'd be able to target him a lot, and we can progress the ball forward. They can't hold us back, especially with Hazard, Benzema, Bale. You bring on Vinicius, Rodrigo off the bench, Jovic off the bench. Like you have so much stacking talent. Not to mention Casemiro can score from midfield. Cruz can score from midfield. Our defense off set pieces are always scary with Ramos and Varane. Like I don't know how City can like. I don't think we'd beat them like 3-0, but I could see us like going through on away goals. Let's say, for example, getting a draw at the Bernabeu and like 1-1 and then 2-2 away from home. We could go away on away goals.
Do Madrid play counter-attacking football? I haven't seen much of them.
We'll do, bro. They adapt. We're quick on counters because that's been instilled in us. We're not as good as, let's say, previous years, 2012, 2015, Real Madrid, okay. but they're still pretty quick. It's just that Benzema sometimes the players that he's passing to, because he's sort of the connect on the counterattack, they're not as experienced. So like a lot of our counterattacks tend to be toothless, especially with Hazard being out right now.
If they do set up to counter, they will kill City, I think.
Pardon?
Because they will... Sorry, go ahead. HH?
Oh no! Just to round it off, I think we could beat City. City are they're not this. I think Company being out, I think that's affected their mentality in the squad greatly. That's the major key figure. Nobody's talking about it because City lost Company and they didn't replace him at all. So, and even if he's not, let's say for example, he wasn't playing, he was injured. I'm pretty sure he still had an impact on the team or the atmosphere of the team.
That's not an excuse, Red. I mean, come on. It's like
still like there's a drop off. Like
they've spent $1 billion. They've spent $1 billion.
Yeah, Red. How can you be? Look at this.
So much money being.
I think we.
I'm not making excuses for mentality. Pep. Like notice how I've never mentioned Pep because I know the thing is with Pep, he's never gonna adjust. He's not a tactician. He's a philosopher. He's
no. You've got to win it this season. Every year that goes by, they don't win the Champions League. I don't want to hear any crap.
I mean, he has no excuse. He's not even fighting for the league. Liverpool won the league.
And just to look at the players he has, I mean, he has Mahrez, he has Bernardo Silva, he has Aguero, he has De Bruyne. How many players do you need? He has what's the guy from Atleti, Rodri. He has, Gundogan. He has all the players.
But he has no defenders. But whose fault is not getting defended? But actually, I want to bring in Muntaha here. So Muntaha, City, Real Madrid. How do you see it going, man?
I just want to first start with this stat here because this stat is so underrated. I don't know why people are not mentioning this stat because I think so. Red knows the stat. Eden Hazard in November, I guess he just played 5 games. Real Madrid scored 21 goals, conceded 2. Okay. scored 21 goals, conceded 2, and Eden Hazard didn't play any game in December. 5 games. Real Madrid scored 6 goals, okay, and conceded just 1. So Eden Hazard's contribution in the final third itself, it says that it's not about scoring goals. If you see Eden Hazard, like he's not directly, I mean, what do you call it? The guy he gave assists? No. He attract defenders. He tries to the opposition defense.
Tell them, tell these
and
people.
that creates, space for Isco, Benzema, even for Toni Kroos, Federico Valverde, and it creates so much space in the final third. And that's what City is like. People are talking about you have to break City from counter attack. Yes, I agree. But do they have that kind of ball retention midfielders now? Who they have now? David Silva, washed. Rodri, he's slow learner. He's still learning. He's still in the he's in internship mode. He's not yet the permanent on the permanent payroll. No, he's still in touch. He's learning. Fernandinho, okay. So let's be objective over here, okay. If you compare man to man, midfield and defense, we are superior to them. But if you compare attack, City is far superior than us. But if we talk about the main question is here, who can contain whom? Can Madrid contain City for 90 minutes in the first leg? Possible. Can City contain us 90 minutes in the first leg? If I ask the same question, you guys will start thinking, because they lead goals somehow, from set pieces or from from long range goals or something like that. I don't know what's wrong with the Manchester City goalkeeper situation as well, because what is his name, the goalkeeper, Ederson. Yeah, I mean he's not. I don't know what's wrong with him, because he's not the last season Ederson, because last season he came with some clutch saves, And let's talk about some more of the tactics. How can Pep Guardiola will approach for this game? Because will he going to play Bernardo Silva?
Exactly the same as every other game.
Yes, exactly. So you mean to say the high line again, as usually? Because if he plays high line, we have. On form, one of the best. I'll say that in La Liga. I'll say that a midfield breaker who can break them with Isco. Isco can play in the diamond. We can switch the diamond. If he tries to overload midfield, we can add one more midfield in that position.
And also, if Bale's head is screwed on, he can do some damage. But my thing is that Real Madrid would withstand a City attack that is on it. That's the key thing, because City, I think, can counter better than Real Madrid based on De Bruyne when he has the ball. Real do not have that guy through the middle who can carry that ball on a counter in the way that De Bruyne can. That is very direct.
But bro, you have to also understand. Let's be honest over here, okay? I mean, the only two players I personally will, I want them to keep quiet. Like, you have to keep them quiet in this game, okay? If he's fully fit, Sane, to be honest, in that position, if Sane is playing, I'm a bit more worried over there, because on the right flank, I know we are solid this season in the right back position, but Sane is the kind of player who can, be so unpredictable, cut inside at one point, and score the goal by shooting it. And the second guy is long range shots from Kevin De Bruyne, because I don't trust still Courtois yet for the long range. I know he's good. I know he's tall. I know he's good in the reflexes, but still Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best shot takers, right now. Okay. So if I go by that, I think so we are edging, Man City. But one more question is here. If Man City keeps on playing shit in Premier League, as if if they don't perform in Premier League, what if they come with all the eggs in one basket of Champions League? Because this will be on the legacy of Pep Guardiola now. He's facing his worst enemy now. He is carrying the bannership of Catalonia as well, and Man City as well. So who's under more pressure now in that situation? Because look, man,
all the pressures on City, because remember, Zidane he's already won his 3 CLs, and he's coming back, and this is still a building process for City. This is your 4th year right now, so if you get pimp slapped in this, that's what's City are winning, because I can't imagine a scenario where City loses game, because it will just be too much. It's be a disaster.
Yeah,
a complete disaster.
It will take. That will be bad for Pep's legacy. His legacy will take a hit if he doesn't.
No, because he has. How can he carry me? Because if he turns around and says, "Oh, I won an FA Cup and a League Cup," I'm like, bro, what? For you, he has to.
You cannot
spend and this is not me hating, this is just objective facts. You can't spend $1 billion and turn around and tell me, hey man, well, like at least I won the Premier League and I won the domestic treble. Like what? You spent $1 billion. If you spend $1 billion, give me one final appearance. Give me a semi-final appearance.
Yeah, exactly. Juju is correct over here. Juju said, okay, at least semis. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because Pep Guardiola, you spend so much, my friend, and now this is your time. Now it's a high time to show up. I believe this is your last season. For Man City, so this is a time to go on with your legacy and at least give them a semi-final. But let's see, bro, because I believe this is really a tough game for Man City and for us as well. So, but I think so. Man City is in big trouble. They don't want this kind of fixture at this point in Champions League round of 16. Yep.
All right, guys. Look, man. That is all for me, man. I need my beauty sleep after thinking, but we shall be back here again next Sunday because we are going to slowly be building up to the Champions League knockout game. So we'll try and be focusing on each of these matches, revisit them each by each every single week on the Hangout. So remember, Monday, Football Dugouts will return on Monday, Friday Q&A, Saturday Open Hangout, Sunday Hangout with the regulars, guys. Remember to like the vid, remember to share the vid, remember to follow me on all the links in the description box below. Guys, I'm out. Peace out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
See you.
Peace.